Yo, 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 welcome back to Brandon Smooth TV. I am back at you with another review. Um, Justice League, Snyder Cut. We've been patiently waiting for this movie to drop. Um, this movie already came out in 2017, and as Zack Snyder, the director, had a family tragedy happen where he couldn't complete the movie. They brought in Josh Whedon, who did the original Avengers, to complete the movie. Now, before I even go into the first movie, the first version of this movie, I have to talk about what they changed. And basically, they said it's not really a lot of new footage, but it is a 4-hour movie. They stretched it out, so we get to see any and everything. So I'm going to break this video up into two separate videos, starting with parts 1, 2, and 3, and then with 4, 5, and 6. So, just to touch on a few things, nothing in order, just my random thoughts. The first Justice League that came out in 2017, I was a fan. Because I'm a comic book nerd, but it was a lot of stuff they could have did better. And since I'm only doing the first 3 parts of this movie, I'm not going to talk about everything that happened in the last one, but they basically turned Batman into I didn't like how they had Batman at the end, running and cowering in fear. Batman already conquered fear when his parents got murdered. And, couple other characters were cool, but what happened was they kept cutting out people's scenes. Cyborg, I know he gets a lot bigger part. Barry Allen's Flash, he gets a little more to do, and then of course Wonder Woman, she also gets more to do. Hopefully they do expand a little part on the second half of the movie as far as Superman when he came back to life, because that's always a cool story arc in the comics. And I'm very excited to see what Zack Snyder added. So starting with the beginning, overall, the music itself was way better. We know Zack Snyder, he likes using very famous and legendary songs in his movies. If you've ever seen The Watchmen, you can go back and look at that so you know. And in here, he didn't hold back too. So I thought the music was overall better. And it didn't have that happy Marvel type tone. It kind of captured the grittiness, the darkness, the severity of the movie. So I definitely enjoyed that. Secondly, as far as the costumes, I like that they looked a little darker. Not necessarily having the bright colors that they had, in the original Justice League, but the costumes were better. They look more rugged. They look more real world. Like, Barry Allen's costume. He's a young man, 4 or 5 different jobs, trying to get his degree to be a forensic scientist, or get a criminal justice degree, whatever it was. And you can tell that he's basically been going around getting scraps and parts, and he kind of just put his suit together. So I thought that was cool. Cyborg, as far as the the CGI, they did a real good job, because all we really get to see is his face from here to here. He did a pretty good job. There was a couple of scenes that I really didn't get. I thought he was kind of a bitch because he was blaming his dad for the accident, but his dad didn't cause the accident. His mom died in a car accident, and his dad was supposed to be at his football game, and he didn't make it. But come on, not all parents can make every game, And I just didn't like how he treated his dad, even when his dad made the little, and you'll see when you watch it, he made a little record, kind of explaining what his powers does and everything, and then he had a little, sincere message that he wanted to leave for his son. And before Cyborg can hear, he just crushes up the thing, and I'm like, dude, at least hear your dad out, if you want a relationship with him. Now, one of the other great scenes, and this is just random, I'm all over the place, I don't remember if this was in the original Justice League, but the scene where they showed everything that Cyborg can do, and they had Daddy Pope, shout out to Scandal, narrating that scene. Cyborg is powerful. I didn't know how powerful he was as far as just controlling any and everything on the world. He got access to all the nuclear codes. He can collapse the world economy tomorrow. And I do like the scene where they showed him, he seen a struggling mother who couldn't pay her rent. She was a waitress, got evicted, $25 in her bank account, and he just went into her account digitally and just made her have over $100 million. It looked like 100,000, 100 million. I don't know. It looked like 100 million to me. That's the type of stuff we don't get to see in the cartoons, and I'm glad they showed the Cyborg. He has a heart, you know what I'm saying, and he wants to help the little man. Now, talked about Steppenwolf. Steppenwolf's design was way better in this. I like the little metallic looking suit that has the interchanging parts. It looks like it's just constantly moving, and it kind of, the armor that he has it looks like it kind of, it's flexible, like it goes with them. So I thought the design looked way better. And even with that small design, because it didn't look like they changed a lot of his lines, but it did seem like he was a little more cunning than the original Justice League movie that came out in 2017. Of course, the Amazonians, they always badasses. The women of Themyscira, Wonder Woman's people, they always kicking ass. I like this to see that they work together and they had such a drawn out plan. If you notice, and I'm only on the first 3 episodes, so I gotta watch that, but the Amazonians versus the Atlanteans, they were able to actually guard their mother box, and they had more of a resistance, of stopping Steppenwolf from coming to get it. Goddamn, he went right into Atlantean, pimp slap mirror, forward slap goddamn Aquaman, and just grabbed the box and bounced. But the Amazonians, they actually fought and a lot of people died, so I'm glad they showed the gravitas of that. That was pretty cool. Now, let's see what else I had. Darkseid. We didn't get to see a lot of Darkseid. We got to see Darkseid in a cutscene where they were showing what happened in the past when he tried to invade Earth, and he was stopped, of course, by the Greek gods, the Amazonians. It was even a Green Lantern, and everybody kind of came together to stop him. Darkseid looked pretty good. Now, his skin looks kind of weird. The skin looked weird, but as far as the suit and how they made it all come together, that looked pretty cool. Pretty comic book accurate. I didn't like how they had his chest all out. I wanted to see him, in the full blue suit. And then, of course, we see Darkseid. He don't even be walking. I mean, he walks when he wants to, but he's normally, floating around with his arms behind his back and shit, looking like M. Bison from Street Fighter. So I thought the scenes we got to see with Darkseid was good. I like how they tied in his story arc. Well, Steppenwolf actually had a story arc. He had to redeem himself to Darkseid because apparently he failed in the past, and basically he had to conquer like 50,000 more worlds, they said, before he can come back home to Acropolis. So kind of gave me the Last Airbender vibe. I forgot the kid from the Fire Nation, Prince Zuko, something like that. But he had to basically find the last Airbender before he was able to come home and redeem himself and reclaim his honor. So far the movie's good. It's Saturday. I'm about to go ahead and watch the last 3 episodes of this, but I'm definitely excited about this. Overall, so far on the first half of the movie, it is looking a lot better. Some stuff does need to be explained and drawn out more. If you're a casual comic book fan, you probably won't enjoy it. But for me, I'm hanging on every word. So, like, share, and subscribe. I will be back with the second half of this. Peace.